You're listening to the Two Biz Chicks podcast. Each week, the hosts Linda Rawson and Jennifer Raymond entertain you with real-life stories that are guaranteed to empower, enrich, and enlighten. The Two Biz Chicks are the CEO and Vice President of a successful business, Dinah Grace Enterprises. Now, let's get to the show with Two Biz Chicks, Linda and Jennifer.
I'd like to welcome you today to a very fun episode of Two Biz Chicks podcast. And I'm Linda Rawson.
And I'm Jennifer Raymond.
And we are interviewing Meli Thomas. She is a member of my Business Meets Beer and Coffee meetup group. And we've been meeting on Zoom calls, and it's been just a blast. And I thought she would be super fun to have on our show today. And so with that, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. Huge fan, by the way, and I'm really excited because this is my first podcast interview ever. Woo! I put one of these on, which is an adult diaper. Just kidding, not kidding, but just kidding. I am a.
Is it clean? Is it a clean one?
It's a brand spanking new, right out the bag, honey. It's got to be clean and crispy. So, 15 years licensed massage therapist. I moved here almost 2 years ago. Absolutely love what I do. And since I have the opportunity to start my business all over again, I wanted to work with nurses in particular that have chronic injuries and pain due to the high demands of the profession. I've got one sibling, 8 nieces and nephews. I am a grand aunt, 2 boys, 1 boy on the way, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay, so where were you before you moved to Sandy?
So I'm originally from Hawaii, and I moved to Sacramento in late 2009, and it took me a really long time to grow the cojones to actually have my own business. And so before I moved here, I was in Sacramento, had my own business for 3 years, and here I am starting from the ground up.
Wow. And what motivated you to start?
First, like just in general, or
yeah, well, over? Probably just in general, probably just your first initial startup.
There was so much fear behind working for myself. I mean, forever. Within the second year of my career, I kept getting told, you need to work for yourself, you need to work for yourself, and it never ever happened because I didn't really trust myself. I thought that if I was HR, CEO, CFO, that I would be like, oh, looks like I need a day off today and for the rest of the year. But it just, something happened. I was working for a husband and wife who are amazing, by the way. But rent got too high. So I was transitioning, working for them as an independent contractor, and was slowly wanting to build something on my own because I saw that it was possible. So once I actually went out on my own, the saving grace that I had is I had 9 years of Sacramento getting a feel for what it is that I had to offer. So then when I went out on my own, finally, people were actually looking for me. So yeah, I just kind of felt like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. It doesn't look that hard. So yeah, that's kind of what catapulted it.
That's great.
So is there anything, you mentioned like you didn't quite have the courage to get started. Was there anything that helped you through making that jump? Like being able to think about, visualize, or anything that made you just say, you know what, I'm just doing it?
I think at that time I started to do a lot of reading on self-improvement. I can't necessarily tell you which book sort of set things off for me. Thank goodness for, it's like a combination of things, right? It's like this courage cocktail that you have to sort of build on your own. So it's like a combination of YouTube videos. I actually started diving into some marketing for massage books. And the books nowadays are way better, by the way. So it was that. And then definitely some encouragement from one or two people that I trusted a lot that was like, no, you know what, you can do this. You really can. So I feel like that was kind of the driving force, was that combination for sure.
And so you mentioned that people found you and you were able to expand your business with referrals. What do you think sets you apart in that department?
Oh, great question. I love answering this. Well, first of all, I feel like people genuinely get the energy that I have, which is very nurturing. I was told, like, in the 7 months of my very first year, someone asked me face down, woke up out of her sleep and said, "Are you a mother?" I mean, I have a 2-year-old. Like, this was years ago. So my energy is very nurturing, one. And two, I take anatomy and physiology very, very seriously. 2, 3, I have a very, very deep respect for the body and the mind. And so a combination of, and lastly, I listen. So if you tell me that your feet hurt, I'm probably not going to start on your eyebrows. You get what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Always good to be a good listener.
Oh, in any and everything, I swear, it's like any relationship, anything that has a ship in it, it's good to be a good listener.
Yes, definitely. So you talked about marketing a little bit. What were some effective ways that you were able to market to people besides word of mouth?
So because I had a good amount of clientele, gosh, when I actually looked back on my 3rd year as I was leaving, when I looked at my 1st year, I had so much holes and pockets in my schedule. And then I was like, I'm doing big things. It was just a joke. But the biggest thing that helped me was actually marketing to my market that I already had. So I guess the term is internal marketing. So I actually picked up a book that talked about, a few ways of doing 0 cost marketing strategies. And I was like, yes, because that is one of my favorite F words, is free. So I started reading the book, and it was a technique of giving out massage therapy gift certificates, just giving them out. And I have to tell you guys, when I first started doing that, I was shaking and I was scared to give something away for free. So after I broke through that mind block and people were so grateful, things just boomed for me. And then I just got into this, I'm getting chicken skin, sorry. And then I got into this mindset of, I am so happy and grateful for the type of clients that I attract, that I just want to spoil them. So then I did a client appreciation week, and I loved it. I had so much fun. I was giving out, if people bought a certain hours, a certain length of session, they got an extra upgrade. And then when they woke up or got off the table, I had snuck a little gift that it was like a small little gift with gift certificates in it that they could give away. I put it on the chairs, so not only did they get an awesome massage, extra time, and they got a gift, and I just absolutely love it. So I have to tell you guys, that was my biggest marketing strategy that boomed my business in Sacramento, was loving on my clients and spoiling the fire truck out of them.
That's awesome. I think that's a great strategy. In Utah, what is your strategy here? You said you were just starting out again?
Yes. So my strategy here, so currently I'm working part-time and servicing clients for a chiropractor here in Murray. But I'm actually, this is how I met Linda, networking. And it's completely, you're not going to believe this, but I promise you it's true. It's completely outside of my comfort zone. I am not, yes, I am not to go out in public places with big crowds and I want to meet people. No, that is not me. And if you take a look at what it is that I do, I'm on a one-to-one basis every day with my clients. That's my element, is welcome into this relaxing place. Please chill out. Let's connect one-to-one. So my strategy here literally is networking in person, LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that I'm just now tuning into LinkedIn, and social media, pretty much.
That's great. Hey, do you remember the name of the book with the zero marketing dollars?
I will have to get back to you, but that was specifically, it was a massage therapist that wrote it, and I can definitely, like, I can find it real quick. Like, it's not.
Okay, because I think there would be a lot of people that could benefit from, even though it's your industry specific, they might benefit from some techniques in that book.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Honestly, you're right. Yes, people would, because there were so much great tips. And that was the first one there was 12 of them, and I only did that one. Boom. My business boomed.
That's awesome. So, you said that you worked on nurses. That is a really special group of people right now. I mean, it's unbelievable what they are doing with, all the people that are sick. So why nurses?
Great question. So I just wanted to share, first and foremost, I understand a caregiver's heart. Okay. I am actually a product of parents who were addicts. And so when you grow up in that environment, you grow up really fast, and there is this codependent sort of, I have to take care of everybody first. So over the years, I have grown out of that because I understand it, but I will always understand a caregiver's heart. Over the years, I've loved working on nurses, teachers, business owners, and stay-at-home moms. But when I decided that I wanted to start my business again, I wanted to definitely focus and hone in on nurses. The more and more I thought about it, and think of it this way, is how I thought of it. So the first 18 years of your life, there are three solid groups that you are around all the time. First and foremost is friends and family, obviously. Second is teachers. That's where you spend most of your day as a child. And last is nurses. A nurse is probably the first to touch you other than mom and dad. The moment you come out, you go in for your wellness checks, you get your shot, you break your leg, whatever. Nurses are in your life. So I decided that's the group that I definitely want to focus on. And I have just been, thank goodness for the quarantine, the good side of the quarantine, the good side. I have been studying and studying nurse burnout. And baby, let me tell you, it's heartbreaking, but it's so encouraging for me to know and understand. That way I can tell them, I know exactly what you're going through. So thank you for asking that.
Yeah, no problem. So would you say, it doesn't sound like money has always been the motivator for you. What has motivated you to get through tough times?
What motivated me to get through tough times. So there's two aspects to that. First of all, I have always had a very challenging relationship with money, and I'm breaking through those blocks. But definitely money it's been a small little factor. It's the numbers game, right? So it's like, if I service this many clients, then I'll be able to pay for rent, for taxes, for food, for gas, for sheets, all that stuff. There's that aspect. And then the other aspect is I'm selfish in a way, Linda and Jen, to be quite honest, because to help someone is to help myself. Right. And so it's like, if someone says, I can now lift my grandchild, my back was aching earlier. Oh my gosh, Meli, I can go back to running. I can actually cycle now. I can think, I can focus, I can be with my family because I'm not in constant pain, or this pregnancy is killing me. Thank you for finally putting me to sleep. Those sort of testimonies, those sort of things is actually what feeds me. That's kind of been my consistent motivating factor. And I continuously fall in love with what I do every single day, every single client that I meet, every single client that I help.
Scarcity mindset. Oh boy. Is that, if you grew up poor at all, It is such a challenge because
Girl, I just told you my parents was crackheads.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. It's
With
just
the money
constant. Have you received any good advice lately?
Yes, I have. The best advice that I received was stay open to opportunities. I have to say that it's that simple because I usually am not. I'm a over analyzer. That's what Tony Robbins calls it, analyzing. I am an over analyzer. I am 100%. And that is a part of the whole childhood survival. You know, my mom was like, you have to learn how to read people. You have to make sure that you're 15 steps ahead, no matter where you go or whatever you do. And so that really created a lot of the over analyzing. And I was so fearful of networking because of how would I make people uncomfortable. And yeah, just stay open to opportunities. And if I have an idea or a thought, to make sure that I'm following through with it. Like right now, I have this thought of creating a subscription for self-massage techniques. This way I can touch more people without touching people, if that makes any sense at all.
Right. And you have been doing that, right?
I have actually been on social media, just sharing information. And when this whole quarantine started, I actually had a thought of, what if I just did like a self-massage series? Because some people, this is what happens. People get in pain, they go and buy a self-massage tool, and then it collects dust. Oh, I don't know how to use it, or I don't have time, or out of sight, out of mind. So I was like, what if I was able to encourage people, because nobody can get massages or give them right now. What if I encourage them to actually take care of themselves in small, little, simple ways? So I did. I created a 5-part segment, self-massage on both Instagram and Facebook, and the results and the feedback was amazing. I was blown away. I was like, what? You guys actually like this?
Now we're going to post some links to those, but do you want to just tell them real quick where they could find that?
Yeah, on my business page on Facebook, which is Meli Thomas Massage Therapy. And then I'm also on Instagram. It's on my IGTV little box area. And I'm at Honest Massage Therapist. And people ask me, why'd you pick that name? Because I'm extremely honest. I will tell you if I can serve you, if I can't serve you, I will tell you.
That's great. That's awesome. So how do you balance your personal and your professional life? You said you had a 2-year-old. So being a business owner kind of gives you the opportunity to work when you want. How do you balance it?
Great question, my dear. I am still trying to find the harmony. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. And side note, I don't know how any of these influencers live their life like I can't do this full time because I get so focused in something, and then my 2-year-old is like, "Hey, hi, I'm here," and I'm like, "Wake up right now!" And he don't understand that, poor baby. So, in finding the balance, right now, I think my biggest want and desire for balance is to schedule things and to stick with it. Even if on my schedule it says, put the phone away.
I think that's very important. I have 2 kids myself, and so that's always been my struggle is, making sure I dedicate time to them and time to work. So it definitely is good to keep a good, strict schedule.
Amen.
My calendar, I live and breathe by my calendar for sure.
I admire you so much, Linda. You have no idea.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So, is there anything that you would like to tell our listeners in particular, something personal to motivate them today?
As a matter of fact, I would love to share. Now, I'm probably going to massacre this quote, but I hope I'd be able to sort of create a vision. The quote is, if you listen to when your body whispers, you won't have to hear it scream.
Oh, good.
Okay, I feel a lot of what it is that I do in terms of connecting with my clients is having them acknowledge, number one, that they are in pain. And I have to tell them, it's a secret. I promise I won't tell anybody that you're in pain. A lot of us nowadays are very disconnected to our bodies, and we just don't listen. Someone who may think something is gas might be something else, like, oh, I just have a minor headache all day for the past 5 months. That's not okay. So if there's anything, any takeaway that you could get from this podcast for yourself, is listen to your body, because it's kind of smarter than you.
I think that's great. I think people nowadays sometimes don't listen because they think, oh, well, I'm complaining, I'm whining, you know, I don't want to be an inconvenience. And I think that's great, to listen and to react, right? And not be like, oh, it's just nothing.
Exactly. You know, just a quick example. I had no idea that the sort of cramps my menstrual cramps that I was having over the years was not necessarily in the box of normal. Sweetheart, when I described to my mom the pain, the cramps that I was having, she said, honey, that ain't cramps, that's contractions. So later, found out that I had fibroids. You know, so it's like, I really truly feel, not to just run to the doctor or, you know, whoever, whenever don't become a hypochondriac, of course, but just be aware of the pain that's going on in your body. Try to have a relationship with it. Live in your body, people. That way, when something is sort of off, you know, oh yeah, there's something wrong here. I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah, that's great.
So what are your goals for the next couple of months?
Oh, to hug people. Oh my gosh.
Right? That's my goal too. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh, it seriously is. And I love to give hugs. So that's obviously one. But one big thing for me is to be seen. What do I mean by that? I have been asking in networking groups that when things do calm down, because people are still really finicky, which I completely understand, but when things calm down, I would love to be at their events doing chair massage, just to be seen, just to get out in the community, just to have, you know, just to have contact. So that's definitely one goal. And another goal for me is to actually take this seriously, the whole self-massage. Because I really want to be able to service that one group, because there's a group of people who are like, I love massage. Where's that good massage therapist? Another group who they have their questions about massage therapy and they're on the fence. But once they get their questions answered, then they're willing. And then there's a group that's like, no human touch me ever. But those are the people who definitely need it, and they are in pain. So if I'm able to teach them small little techniques to take care of their body without me touching them, I think that's a huge win. So those are my two goals. One, to be seen to do chair massage at events. And it doesn't even matter. It could just be, hey, me and the girls are getting together at my house because we're so glad we're done with quarantine. Why don't you come on over and give a chair massage? So from a small event to that, to something big, and reaching the world and teaching them self-massage.
Yeah, you know, it might be good to I mean, we have some groups of friends where you could go and they have martini night or something, and they might want to hire a massage therapist for the night. That would be totally fun.
That would be fun. And anytime there's a martini involved, honey, there's a whole bunch of truth that comes out.
What's your favorite martini?
When I'm not pregnant, let me see. Cold whiskey. I know that's not a martini, but oh my gosh, it's so honey whiskey. Oh, so delicious. Love it.
Okay, we should stop talking about it. The baby might be in danger right now.
Yeah, he just threw you a little kiss just now.
It's like he's gonna come out and you're gonna name him Honey Whiskey.
Well, actually, this is the most. I mean, so this
that's
is
what you were saying.
Yeah, this is my second pregnancy. Well, second successful pregnancy, and this compared to the other one, he's so active. It's just in there kicking and jiving and juking and all kinds of stuff. So I called my aunt to help me with names, and we came up with Gasiva in Samoan that actually means let's dance. So he's a dancer already.
That's great.
Oh my gosh, he's probably going to be a beautiful baby. I've seen the little boy on our calls. He's really cute.
Yeah, too bad you couldn't see him before he did his own haircut.
Oh no.
Jen, hey, you guys have experienced that? Because I hear that
Yes.
all moms do. Is that true?
My daughter decided she wanted to cut her own bangs, and she had long, beautiful hair, and she like kind of went like this. I had
her
to get her
bangs
like an
went all the way
A-line.
up.
I wanted to kill her.
You know what? I couldn't stop laughing because he just looked like an old man. So I laughed and I said, please get out of my face. Wait till daddy comes back. And I took a picture of the top of his head because, honey, if I took a picture of the front, I would never stop laughing. I would laugh his baby right out of me. That's how hilarious he looked.
Well, I'm sure there's some people right now that have been cutting their own hair, and I'm sure they can't see the back, you know.
Walk out of the house.
Okay, well, I think we're just about ready to wrap up. It's been a quick half an hour, 45 minutes, if you can believe it. It's gone by quick.
Yeah, we're awesome. It's not a big deal.
So you're obviously, are you a certified massage therapist? And what did that look like? Did you go to school? Or
Yes, so I'm actually licensed. I was licensed in Hawaii and then I completely forgot to renew that, but I currently hold my license in California and I have my license here in Utah. And that was one of the very first things that I actually had to do when I got here is I had to take a test all over again. And that was just a process, but totally worth it. So yeah, I'm definitely licensed. And fun fact, thanks to the good side of quarantine, I'm now certified in cupping. I got my cold stones in. So my massage therapy sessions are just going to be way more amazing than they have ever been.
That's great. That's awesome. So how do people get in touch with you?
So I have my website, which is murrayutmassage.weebly.com. I am on Facebook, which has all of my information, including the location at where I'm at, and that's Meli Thomas Massage Therapy. And again, I am also on Instagram at Honest Massage Therapist.
and when is the baby due?
The baby is due September 13th.
Oh, fun.
Yes. And that's another reason that's motivating me to get the self-massage subscription going, because I've been, you know, a stay-at-home mom full-time and not doing massage, and it's completely depressing because this is a part of who I am. And so if I have a project that I can do once the baby gets here, oh, I'm just going to be the happiest, tired, breastfeeding mom ever.
You're so cute.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we'll wrap up then. And it's been a fun day. And look for this, look for all of Meli's information. And she's going to give us the name of that book that she's talking about. And we'll maybe have to have her on again and walk through the steps about how you do zero cost marketing, especially for service industry. I think that's a great lesson for everyone to learn.
Oh, that'll be so much fun. I would love to do that.
Okay, for sure.
That would be wonderful.
All right, and with that, we're two Biz Chicks.
All right. Well, thank you.
And have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.